those cavalry came and they tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive. May the 10th, Richmond had fell, and it's a time I remember oh so well. The night that drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night that drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went na 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 na. Back with my wife in Tennessee, one day she called to me, Virgil, quick come see, there goes a Robert E. Lee. Now I don't mind chopping wood, and I don't care if the money's no good, for you take what you need and you leave the rest. But they should never have taken the very best. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went na 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 na. Like my father before me, I worked the land, and like my brother before me, took a rebel stand. He was just 18, proud and brave, but a Yankee laid him in his grave. I swear by the mud below my feet, he can't raise a cane back up when he's in defeat. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They went na 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 na. Hey, how you doing out there, Guitar Heroes? All right, how about this tune by the band, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down? A tune that got real popular when Joan Baez covered it in roughly 1970, a year or so later. All right, well, this song is a little bit tough to sing. Levon Helm has got a voice that's a whole bunch higher than me. So if you wanted to be in the original key, then we would need the good old capo way up here at 5. And generally, what you're seeing here is the difference between key of G chords and key of C. So key of C open is the same as key of G chords at the 5th. And this makes it a little bit easier for people who just can't sing that high to be able to do it. So in this case, you know, this worked fine for me. You know, if you were kind of in the middle, you could run the capo up a notch or two. And if you can sing like Levon Helm, then you're way up here at the 5th. Okay, well, the song structure is not very tough. We've got 3 verses or six short ones, depending on how you look at it. And we got a chorus, and we can just repeat that chorus a couple times. The chords are all key of G open chords. E minor, G, we got a C, we got an A minor, and there's an A. And that's basically what we got. So they're all fairly simple open chords. And it's a good tune to get started with as a beginner, because we've got the chords that aren't too bad, and also the pace isn't bad. Okay, so there's a 3 or 4 note piano introduction to the song, and the song is got an awful lot of keyboards in it. I'm not sure that you can hear an acoustic guitar in it. So for the intro, I played the first basically the first line of the song. E minor, G, C, and an A minor. And then went into the first verse. And it follows this pattern. E minor, Virgil, G. Cain is the name, and I see served on the Danville train. A minor. Same progression now again for line 2. Till Stoneman's G. Cavalry came, and C. Tore up the tracks again. Same pattern again. In the winter of '65, C, we were G, hungry, just A minor, barely alive. By the May the 10th, C, Richmond had fell, and this is where there's a little change up. G, and it's a time I remember, E minor, oh so well. This is where that A chord gets in. Now we're going to go into the chorus. The G, night they see, drove old Dixie down G, and the E minor bells were ringing. The night G they see, drove old Dixie down, and the E minor people were singing. They went na 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 E minor. Well, this is it. If I didn't say that, G na 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 E minor na na. A, na, 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 C, na, na, na. And then for a transition, I did a G, E minor, C. And I'm not saying that's exactly what it was in the song. I just needed some kind of a transition because all I could hear were keyboards and piano. And then back to the E minor. And then verse 2 exactly the same, verse 3 exactly the same. And then obviously we were repeating that chorus, and then at the end they repeat the chorus 2 times, and I think that fades out. That was what was happening in 1968. We fade songs out to make sure they stay at the right length. Okay, so far as the pace goes, I mean there's no strumming pattern. We're just kind of an up and down, maybe a little bit of palm muting. Virgil Cain is the name, and I served on the Danville train. Till Stoneman's cavalry came and tore up the tracks again. In the winter of '65, we were hungry, just barely alive. There's your bass. Same thing for the chorus. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the bells were ringing. The night they drove old Dixie down, and the people were singing. They said, na 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 na. So there's your pace, a nice medium to slow pace throughout the whole song, does not change at all. So that makes this really a good song and not one that's too difficult. So there you go, the Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band. Now you'd say, this seems kind of interesting, got kind of a southern song. What's going on here with these guys from Canada? Well, Levon Helm was from the South. And I think Robbie Robertson's basically the songwriter here, but I'm guessing that Levon Helm had some influence, being he was the lead singer. All right, well, I hope you got something out of this lesson. Take it easy out there, and we'll see you next time.